Hey everybody, Alex here with another episode of Momentum Charting. In this video, we are going to discuss the QQQ. And as always, if you like the content, go ahead and please subscribe, hit the bell notification, hit the like button, leave any comments, questions below. Let's YouTube algorithm know that you like the content and want to see more of it from me. So, getting to the QQQ, very, very straightforward. We had a little bit of a rough opening this morning. You can see kind of nosedive from 360 all the way down to 354 and change, but had a pretty nice recovery through the rest of the day. Um, Everything is looking really good still on the NASDAQ, as it has been for quite some time now. Since mid-May or so. All of our key trend lines are still in place. The sort of kind of interesting thing is that two of our shortest term time frames, and when you go in here to the 5-minute set trend lines there, but you can see I set this very minute trend line here. It looked like QQQs may be working up on either this trend line and or this trend line, but both of those were breached today. This secondary one broke, came back up, but you can see here closed outside of it. I don't know, you could almost call this like a back test or a back breakdown, something like that. But in either case, I do believe that we are going to find the validity of both of these really minute term trend lines gone. And as that's the case, I believe that to be the case, I'm going to go ahead and erase both of them. But our main shortest term time frame trend line is still very, very, very much in play. And this is the one we were looking at working up over this longer period of time to the upside. And what I believe is going to happen here is that we are going to have a pretty shaky, pretty flat, sideways choppy market over the next week or so of trading until somewhere in this level here, maybe 15th of July to 20th of July, somewhere there, we get a break above this resistance line here that I set on, let's see, opening bell of July 7th, okay, yesterday. So I believe that's what's going to happen, and I have more than just this minute trend line to support that. You go over to some of the main components of the NASDAQ, like Apple. You can clearly see here on Apple that it appears that it's got really some sideways work to do here to get back to this trend line, right? So the chart of Apple kind of supports a choppy sideways market for the next trading week until we meet up with this minor trend line here or this one here. Facebook, same thing. Take a look here at Facebook. Interesting chart on Facebook here, but it supports also the idea that it's tagged this resistance line twice up here at 358. So Facebook certainly could play into this sideways choppy movement for the next week and change, if not a little bit longer here, right, to meet this minute support trend line to the upside, and finally breaks out here somewhere in this zone. Sideways choppy, what it's looking to me like in Facebook. And then there's more charts like this, but just to show you one more chart of AMD. Again, supports sort of the same scenario. Just this very, very minute, like 5-minute trend line that I had set is now broken to the downside, and this one and this one were both broken to the downside, which leads me to believe the next trend line that is going to be in place is this one, or some just carrying of support out here, and the likely inability to break these levels of resistance until the Qs are ready to go higher. All right, so going back to the QQQs, it's kind of good and bad today. Mostly good. Yeah, it sold off a little bit, but on the good side of things, the fact that we were able to recover so much today, we are not even close to breaking this even most minute, powerful diagonal trend line to the upside, and also the fact that the Qs didn't use this most minute trend line to continue going up to the top of this channel, something to this effect, where it could potentially top at around 373 if we take the time over the next week and change to move sideways, and somewhere in this area here decide to start moving up, right? That could allow us even higher prices, right? So sometimes you take a little bit of short-term bad for a longer-term good, and this scenario here to me is very much in play now that we've had this sort of consolidation day and potential consolidation period over the next week and change, looking at levels closer to 380 potentially on the Qs. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. Market still very, very healthy. Everything looking good, positive to the upside. Just may have a choppy sideways week, and that's what I'm looking at over the next maybe 5, 6, 7 trading days. Who knows exactly? I wouldn't totally shock me, if we had a breakout to the upside of earlier in the Qs. So we need to watch for that, which would create another trend line. But the most realistic one to me is somewhere in these areas over here to break up out of this line of resistance and continue the march higher in the markets. That's it for the Qs, guys. I'll have a couple more videos uploaded today. If you've got any questions, just let me know down below. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye for now.